Welcome to Moonlight African Folktales. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks.
Once upon a time, in the land of Amalanze, there lived the greatest king of all times. The king has two sons, as it was time for them to get married. As tradition demands, a contest will be held, and one who intrigues or fascinates the prince's interest will be crowned the princess. But the prince already has a lover, who comes from a rich family named Oluchi. Prince Afamefuna adores Oluchi so much and refused the contest, but Oluchi told him to go ahead. Instead, she will partake in the contest to gain her full respect from the people as the princess to be. Prince Afamefuna was happy when she said that, at the same time worried. Though Oluchi comes from a rich family, Oluchi is poorer than a library rat. The villagers hate and despise her, claiming she killed her mother while she was giving birth to her. The stepmother hates her, calling her a thief. Her father calls her a murderer, while the villagers call her a witch. Even with the enormous hatred, Oluchi was still loved massively by her stepsister, who also loved the prince without knowing he is dating Oluchi. Oluchi's stepsister, Asamma, was a beauty to behold, even with all the evil remarks of the mother to turn her against Oluchi. Asamma loved Oluchi more, not seeing her as her half-sister, but her biological elder sister. Few days to the contest, Prince Afamefuna came visiting Oluchi, and they went to their usual hideout, chatting and laughing, unaware of someone's presence. Asamma saw them together and felt heartbroken because she is in love with the prince. She went home crying, but later decided that she will withdraw from the contest. Besides, she has everyone's love, her father's love, mother's love, lots of suitors are coming for her, while Oluchi has only the prince. It will be greedy of her to also want him, so she decided to give up her chase. Prince Afamefuna and Oluchi were chatting when a mad woman ran to them, laughing loudly, calling Oluchi, "My fine daughter." They were stunned, both held hands and ran off, while the mad woman continued shouting, "My fine daughter," chasing them. Asamma told her mother that she won't attend the contest. Immediately, all hell let loose. She requested her reasons for the withdrawal. Asamma told her, which amounted to her getting more furious. She issued a stern warning to her, telling her if she didn't attend the contest, she should consider herself disowned. Asamma was shocked and dumbfounded, while the mother stormed out. The following day, the mad woman kept going to Oluchi and Afamefuna's hideout to chase them. The morning of the D-Day has arrived, like flash of lightning. The village was bubbling with lots of girls getting dressed, including Oluchi. Asamma was on her native bed with mind made up not to partake, not until a knock came, which turned out to be her mom. She frowned deeply at her mom, nevertheless ushered her in. Her mother apologized and told Asamma sorry for her outburst days ago. She said, "You can choose not to partake, it's your choice, but please, I have one request." Asamma asked her what the request is. She said, "Can you please go, not to partake but protect your sister? You know fully well how the villagers hate your sister, right? They will stop at nothing to fail or even kill her in Njaba forest. I found out recently that she will win the contest. As you have told me already, she and the prince were in love. Njaba is the goddess of love and wrath, so she won't want to put asunder between the two young lovers. And your sister has a pure heart." Asamma looked at her mother surprised. "Mama, are you the one saying this?" "Asugo," Asamma's mother replied. "Inasmuch as I hate her, I would prefer the queenship to come to our family. Nobody else but us. Asama hugged the mother happily, saying they need to prepare because they are venturing into the forest of Njaba in search of the bracelet and crown from Njaba goddess. As Asama was about to running out, Asugo called her back, gave her a gift to give Oluchi, and told her Oluchi should give the goddess the gift after receiving the bracelet and crown. She will forever be blessed by the goddess. Asama happily thanked her, collected the gift. About running out again, the mother stopped her, saying, "You see, when Oluchi gives the gift to the goddess will happily drag Oluchi into the river to bless her. She shouldn't forget to bring back the bracelet and crown for her sister, because the goddess will carry Oluchi disappear to the palace after blessing her." She accepted and ran off to Oluchi so they can both get dressed together. It was time for the contest. There were about 20 girls picked for the contest. The first contest was the virginity test. The chief priest gave them white wrapper to tie. Anybody whose white wrapper turns red is no longer a virgin, but once your wrapper stays white, you are still a virgin. 12 out of the 20 girls' wrapper turned red, remaining 8 girls. It was time for famine test. They were asked if we were informed that drought is coming, no water, how do we solve it? The girls answered, "We'll buy lots of water pot." Other girls answered, "We'll fetch water from the river." But Oluchi and Asama answered, saying they will call the youths to dig big wells in each family, plaster the well with red mud, allow it to dry, build a cover, open it once it's raining for the wells to get filled, cover the well, fetch from the river. Then when there is no rain anymore, the river dries up, each household will manage the water in their well till it's time for rain again, because not everyone can afford buying lots of water pots. The elders were surprised at their answer. 4 girls passed to the next level: Asama, Oluchi, Chinasa, and Ifunanya. That test was the intellectual test. The first question was, what has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening? Ifunanya answered bird. Chinasa answered plant. Asama and Oluchi answered human being together. When still an infant, crawls on 4. When they become an adult, walk on 2 legs. And when they are old, walk on 2 with walking stick included, making it 3. Now, the second question. A man has a lion, a goat, and a tuber of yam. Now he is faced with the challenge of crossing a river. However, he is supposed to cross the river with one of these items first. The question is, which of these items should he cross first? And how does he get to carry all the other items across with it intact? Remember, if he crosses the river with the lion first, the goat will eat the yam. And if he crosses with the yam first, the lion will eat the goat. Other girls failed woefully, while Oluchi and Asama answered, the man should carry the goat first, drop it across, come back, carry the yam, drop the yam across, pick the goat, keep the goat, pick the lion, take the lion across and keep it with the yam, go back and pick the goat lastly. The elders were stunned and surprised at their level of intelligence. Though there were only 2, Oluchi and Asama, who answered the question correctly, but they allowed 4 to journey into the njaba forest. The 4 were fortified to journey into the njaba forest in search of Njaba river. Whoever gets there will dip their feet and hands in the river. Njaba goddess will assess their hearts and see the one that befits the position. Oluchi and Asama went together holding hands in the forest while the 2 other girls tagged along, following behind, insulting Oluchi. Oluchi ignored them, laughing and chatting with her sister. They encountered different people. They saw an old woman who begged them for water. The two girls refused giving. Oluchi gave the woman her remaining water. Asamma asked her what she was doing there. If the water wasn't enough, she should collect her own. The old woman smiled, held their hands, and followed another direction, told them she needed their help. The two girls said better, before they come back, we have gotten to Njaba River. Next, Asamma and Oluchi saw a big river. They looked at the old woman, but she smiled and told them that is Njaba River, that she is a messenger of Njaba. She disappeared. Oluchi told Asamma, if I will lose this position to anyone, I need it to be you. Asamma felt her eyes getting moist. She told Oluchi, it's your position. I know about you and Afamefuna. Asamma dipped her feet and hands in the river. The goddess appeared and smiled, because she has a nice heart, but told her the eldest prince is not hers, but promised her that hers is coming. Asamma smiled, looked at her sister, and said she knew already. She gestured Oluchi to go fast and dip her legs and hands in the river. Oluchi did as told, and the goddess smiled broadly, telling her she is the chosen one. Brought out the beautiful crown and bracelet. Oluchi collected it and gave her the gift from her stepmother. After unraveling the gift, the goddess' smile turned into a frown. Her eyes fiery as fire, sparkling light. Asking her why she brought this of all gifts, knowing well she forbids it. She told Oluchi that today, Oluchi will return into the river with her and become her servant forever. Oluchi burst out sobbing while Asamma was shocked. That was when she understood what her mother did. She immediately went on her knees, begging the goddess to take her instead. This made the goddess to look into their hearts and found that they are innocent. She took hold of their hands and disappeared, appearing in the village square where all villagers were gathered, shocking Asugo, Asamma's mother, telling her to confess. She confessed that she wrapped the ogiri seed, smelling local Igbo spice, and the ogiri leaves to aggravate the goddess into killing Oluchi. The goddess told her to start from the beginning and confess all her atrocities. Asugo began. Before my mother died, she told me that my father impregnated her and left her. She told me the name of my father and gave me his address. I was only 16 years old when she died. I traced my father Okeke, Oledo's father. Oledo is Oluchi's mother. When I met her, I cried bitterly. I told her I was an orphan who had nowhere to go. Oledo was the only child. Well, that was what she thought. She didn't know I am her sister. Oledo was 18. I was 16. I became confused because my mother told me that Okeke got her pregnant. In fact, I am my father's first child and the heir to his properties. I was surprised to meet Oledo, who was older than me. Oledo was kind-hearted, so I capitalized on that to get my revenge, without her noticing or even suspecting. Everyone in the village loved Oledo. Oledo pleaded with Okeke to accept me as his second daughter, that I am an orphan, which Okeke accepted. He felt Ola needed a sister. Ola treated me like a younger sister, showered me with love. Mine was to make demands, and Ola will get them fulfilled. Ola got me everything I wanted. Even though it meant sacrificing her happiness, she would do it for me. I wanted Ola's life so much, and she gave it to me not until Asamma's father came. He loved Ola so much, and Ola loved him. I do not love him, but I wanted everything Ola had. Ola had already left 3 boys for me, so I wondered what was so special about Asamma's father that she refused giving me. For the first time, Ola was ready to keep malice with me. We were 23 years then. I pretended to be happy for Ola, but swore to take everything from her. Asama's father went ahead to marry Ola. I was waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. I pretended to be the perfect sister, showing her lots of love in the presence of Asama's father. I went to ozulummuo, the witch doctor, to give me a charm that will kill Ola during childbirth. But ozulummuo told me that because of the oath I had with Ola to be sworn sisters, that I can't kill her. But I had an alternative. He said I should come back when Ola was due for pregnancy. I agreed. I went back when Ola was 9 months pregnant. He said, "You only have to commit a grave sacrilege and get Oma say that she will bear the consequences." He said I needed to make love to my blood relation, which was a taboo that incurred madness. It was a grave sacrilege, but I was blinded by revenge. I went to my maternal village, slept with one of my mother's brother who didn't recognize me. Ozulummuo gave me animal sleeping herb that will make Ola sleep for 3 days. The only caution was never to allow Ola see any of her child. If not, after 2 weeks, she will regain herself. When Ola gave birth to Asama, she was all smiles. I danced happily in the hut and gave Ola a palm wine laced with the sleeping herb. I told her it will help produce lots of breast milk. She took it happily and drank. After drinking it, she fell asleep. We called the husband and he ran into the hut, shaking Ola. She didn't wake up. We waited for 2 days. She didn't wake up. I was crying bitterly. On the 3rd day, they buried Ola. Immediately they left. I paid people from faraway land who dug her out and we took her to the evil forest, waiting for her to wake up. To all the villagers, she was dead. But to us who knew, she was still alive. After the 3rd day, she woke up, asking what she was doing in the forest. I started crying, threatening to kill myself. She consoled me, telling me she was ready to bear the consequences of my actions. That was how she ran mad. All I didn't know, we have performed the rituals already. We were only waiting for her to say the words so she can be an scapegoat. I built a hut, locked the door, and made sure she didn't come out. I later discovered I was pregnant for my uncle. I ate otapiapia leaf for abortion, and it took my womb too. I couldn't bear kids anymore, so I drugged Asama's father. After he drank lots of palm wine, 2 years later, I brought Ola in to sleep with him. Early morning, I took Ola back. I pretended he raped me. He married me immediately. I found out Ola was pregnant. I myself pretended to be pregnant. When Ola gave birth today, I pretended to give birth tomorrow. Asama is Oledo's daughter. I locked the hut and only took food to her. The villagers never noticed because the king banned people from going to that evil forest. Not until 2 weeks ago, I went to the hut and didn't see her. I forgot to lock the hut. The villagers were shouting. Oluchi's father was shouting too, calling Asugo evil. Asugo continued. I instigated the father into hating Oluchi, telling him a witch doctor said Oluchi killed my sister. I made the villagers believe she is a thief. I tried killing Oluchi several times, but it was as if a force was protecting her. I slept with ozulummuo just to get Oluchi killed. I tried keeping enmity between Oluchi and Asama, but blood, they say, is thicker than water. That was when Oledo came out and the villagers shouted. Oledo told Asugo, "How could you do this to me? I loved you like a sister. I always knew you were my half-sister. When you came pretending to be an orphan, we went to inquire from the villages you mentioned and found out who you were. Truly, your mom died. My dad married your mother after my mother died because he needed someone to take care of me. When he came back one day, he met your mother sleeping with his best friend while she was pregnant for him. My father found out it was a plan between his best friend and your mother. They were lovers and planned to kill my father and take his properties. My father sent her packing. He came several times to see you. She refused him seeing you. So when you came, I wanted to show you all the love you missed. But seems like you are truly your mother's daughter. I denounce whatever promise I made of bearing the consequences of your actions." Asugo ran mad, ran out of the village square into the evil forest. Goddess Njaba said, "I am a goddess of wrath and love. Oledo was one of my worshippers. That was why I protected Olushi from any harm." Olushi married Prince Afamefuna. Asamma married the second prince. Olushi's father knelt down, asking for forgiveness. Oledo forgave him and hugged Olushi. Olushi laughed, remembering how Oledo chased her and Prince Afamefuna. Please like, share and comment. Subscribe to Moonlight African Folktales. Thank you.